Okay, guys. So, this is just something I've noticed. I'm not necessarily sure everything about this. I'm not necessarily sure what this means for us in terms of the Saw fandom or Saw like legacy or anything like that. But apparently, Tobin Bell recently tweeted out like, next time you're on a roller coaster, look up hashtag Saw Legacy. I'll put it on the screen for you guys to see right here. A picture of Billie on top of what appears to be the Saw roller coaster that they made a couple years ago. At least that's what I'm speculating. I'm not necessarily sure, but it makes sense to me that that's Billie and that's the Saw roller coaster that they have actually made in order to celebrate the Saw fandom, the Saw legacy, Saw legacy for the most part. Now, we don't necessarily know whether he's actually promoting the new film just in a, kind of wink and a nod because he's at the roller coaster or something like that. We don't necessarily know whether there's going to be some kind of roller coaster trap in this film or whether he's just kind of playing around and wanting us to kind of think one way or the other about how Saw Legacy is going to go down, or how Saw Legacy will basically, certain traps or certain story aspects or something like that. Interestingly enough, if there is some sort of a roller coaster trap for this particular film, I'm not necessarily sure how I feel about that. I think one of the problems they've had going forward in this entire franchise is the traps keep getting bigger and more gruesome and everything like that. And I think a lot of people would really like to see them scale it back, especially if they're going to be basically rebooting it with this new series. I mean, like, obviously it's a sequel for the last 7 films, but probably more than likely it's probably a soft reboot with only Tobin Bell basically coming back and Costas Mandylor and Carrie Ellis not coming back for this particular franchise. So honestly, there's just very little to actually go on with this. I think the one thing that this is actually really showing us is the fact that Billie probably will be in the film. The infamous Saw puppet that everyone really likes and is really scary to a lot of people. Not me particularly. I really like him. I really like how he's kind of portrayed in the whole series. But it's kind of nice to see that they're showing certain things, or maybe even they'd bring him back because, it's like the reverse bear trap, or it's like the pig mask or something like that. There are certain things that are basically just, I guess, resonant of how popular the series is and are part of it. Kind of, you can't necessarily detach certain things from certain stories, or else it just wouldn't feel the same. So if Billie is in this movie, I would really like that. I feel like a lot of people would. I wouldn't be too shocked if he was, or if he's even not, honestly, but it would be nice to have him there. With that being said, basically if he does come back, it would be kind of interesting for him to have a little less of a role, maybe even just being in the sidelines, maybe not on any type of tape or anything like that, and just kind of showing that yes, Billie does exist in this world, the puppet and everything, but it might not be the way that things are portrayed, because look at what they gave us. What Bloody Disgusting kind of reported a couple weeks back, where there's cases that appear to be Jigsaw cases, so that would kind of indicate traps and everything. But if Billie's the one on tapes or something, or if there's like tape recorders or just kind of televisions where Billie has coming through a stream or something, however they decide to update it, coming in and telling us what the game is, what the rules are, blah 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 blah, then it wouldn't be like, oh well, obviously this is Jigsaw. It wouldn't be like maybe it is, like, what, didn't he die? Didn't we kind of solve all this stuff? We haven't really dealt with this in a decade. What's going on here? If he was there, it would really be really quick to be like, yeah, that's Jigsaw, like, what the hell's going on? And it wouldn't be necessarily a huge mystery other than the fact that who's actually doing this, let alone is this even Jigsaw? Which obviously it's a Saw film. It is going to be Jigsaw. I mean, we know that going in, or at least someone pretending to be Jigsaw, but we know that going in, but maybe the characters necessarily in the film shouldn't know that, and it will be kind of a harking back to at least Saw 1 before they basically retconned everything, and kind of saying like, maybe this guy isn't necessarily, I guess there's like no real connection. There's just all these different really weird deaths that have no real connection to each other, but at the same time there's things that connect them, like someone's watching, the puzzle piece cutting out of the people, and then the tape recorders, but also eventually with the whole Amanda thing, there was Billie for the very first time, at least at that particular junction. Because, as they were actually retconning as the series went on, the earliest incarnation of Billie that we actually got, confusingly enough, was the Billie on the Seth Baxter tape. that Hoffman used in order to frame Jigsaw, which makes little sense, if any, because of the fact that, you know, how would he know if he didn't use Billie before, I guess, before he actually tested Amanda? But I guess Saw 3D basically wraps a lot of that up in terms of there are all these like survivors and groups and stuff that people we haven't even seen and experiences they've had that we haven't necessarily seen. I guess for the most part, it really kind of explored the mythology enough to make that whole Seth Baxter thing make sense. But you know, it's just really out there. But anyway, guys, tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Are you excited to see, you know, finally some people, like, you know, tweeting out about this stuff, Tobin Bell hyping this stuff up? I mean, that man is Jigsaw. If he's not in these films, the same way I've talked about if Shawnee Smith isn't in these films, it just doesn't feel right. Not having Tobin Bell basically in Saw 3D at all. I mean, he was in there like bits and pieces and stuff, but his presence was really sorely felt. Like the lack of his presence, I mean, it really kind of felt throughout the entire film. It's like, just give us what we want. Give us this man who comes in and just completely owns the scene every single time he's in a shot. So yeah, tell me what y'all think about that. Tobin Bell's coming back. It looks like Billie's coming back. Maybe we have a roller coaster trap, which is crazy. We have heard something about motorcycles. Maybe that has something to do with it. We've heard stuff about a barn. It doesn't really kind of indicate roller coasters or something like that. So tell me what y'all think about that. What do y'all want from this? How would you want a roller coaster trap to basically go down? Anything, and any other kind of Saw Legacy talk, discussion, or anything that y'all want me to talk about, just kind of share my theories or speculation or any type of news that y'all probably don't know. Please make sure to rate, comment, subscribe for more Saw Legacy news, discussions, and just general fun videos going forward. And I'm going to catch y'all later. Bye.